visually see at what areas show up on a higher time frame and what areas almost are non-existent on a higher time frame. This way you won't have to keep switching time frames to look at, okay, what's the universe above me saying, what's the universe below me saying. Okay, I use the word universes because I want you to look at it as if even in any time frame it's got its own world, it's got its own ecosystem, its own planets, its own life. That's why any time frame you look at, it looks like it's trying to do its own thing. That's why I call it a universe. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at this. In this particular market, this is the Euro USD on the 1 hour charts. This is the current market right here. It's just pulling back and back and back and back. And how would we imagine this on a higher time frame? Would we say our breach would be there coming down? Or would we say our breach would be here going up and this is the pullback? Now just try to imagine it and picture it. What about this area here? What if I pull the line all the way out to here? Is that asking too much data? Or is this all we need? Okay, I'll give it another 2 seconds and we're going to switch time frames. Okay, so here we go. That was one option. This was the other option. Let's go into the 4 hours. Okay, one time frame higher, and let's see where we would draw our lines. Okay, you see here, nothing shows up. It's just a pullback here. That line does not exist. Here, the buyers went up. They got halted. That's, remember that big, strong guy who can stop the train right here, and not just stop it, but turn it around for a while. That's important to us. That means our line will go onto that. Now you might be thinking, do I draw it on the tail or on the body? I generally like to draw my SNRs on the body, okay? But I do not just give up on the tails. I know they're there for a reason too. Price got there for some reason. I can't let it go. So I always look at this area, you know, this thereabouts, okay? Because that price went there for a reason. It exists for a reason. So just keep that in mind. But I generally draw it on the bodies. So this is the area where the breach happened and it started to make a higher high. Now the next breach hasn't happened yet until it breaches this high. Okay, so you see this? This becomes what we call buyer's territory. So anyone on the 1 hour who's trying to sell, okay, because they're looking at this as a breach to the sell side, a breach to the sell side, a breach to the sell side, is looking at this as seller's market, right? Seller's territory keeps coming in. Every breach is saying the sell is still on. Okay? Well, these guys are like, okay, this is that big trend of, I don't know, let's change the word today. Louis Vuitton. You know, everyone's buying Louis Vuitton weird little purses. Okay? So they're buying Louis Vuitton purses and everyone's buying it, and you're like, I want to get in on this, you know, I want to be part of this fashion, you know, why not? So everyone's trying to buy in on it, and you're like, I'm going to buy it too, but I'm not going to buy it when prices are sky high just because everyone's buying it. I need a discount. So what happens is this discount happens, and that discount is happening, and you're starting to get engaged of, okay, I need to start preparing for my buys. So at many times, like I said, in the MPA course, you'll see me put directly a line here instead of lines there and there and there. But at times, you will see me use these lines as well. It depends on what time frame I'm looking at. That's going to make the sense to you. Okay? If I'm looking at a higher time frame, I'm trying to get the bigger picture, I'll put the line here. If I'm trying to get the immediate picture and trying to get you to focus there, I'll put the line here to show you. Okay? So, having that same concept, like we're going to dig in a little bit more deeper. We're going to dig in a little bit more deeper, okay? I'm going to say the 60 minutes is what we call your big boy, your universe above. And you trade on the 15, let's say. Okay, one time frame lower. So according to this universe, that would have been a seller's territory or a breach there, right? Let's take a look at this pullback here on the 15. Okay, on the 15, look at this. Sell, 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 and then, wait a minute, that's a higher high. pullback. Wait a minute, that's a higher high. People are looking at this as buyer's market. But you see the line cannot move from here. Okay, this is still the breach for the sell side, but over here people are looking at the breach as the upside. They're like, oh, market keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay, you have to, the overall trend is your friend. Now the overall trend is your big boy. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, is this my overall trend or is this my overall trend? I'm so confused right now. The overall trend is your big boy from one time frame higher. That's the missing key that is never explained in the industry. Okay? It's what you're trying to do. If your overall trend is here, just for the sake of an example, then you need to sit through all this pullback before you can get your buy to join the overall trend. Which means if you like to trade today, then the overall trend of the daily or the weekly does not matter. Make sense? So if you're an intraday trader, you want to trade a couple times a day, then your overall trend is going to be a smaller time frame, like the 1 hour or the 4 hours at most. Okay? And that's going to be your big boy you're going to be watching. Okay? I hope this is all clicking little by little. It's going to click like, oh yeah, why include so much data? Why do I need to know what the monthly is doing? Okay? People say I need to look at the daily. I need to know the flow of the industry. And I keep asking them this one question. Well, why don't you look at the weekly? You know what? Why don't you, while you're at it, why don't you look at the monthly as well? Oh, no, monthly is too far. I'm not going to take that long. Then what makes you think the daily is going to be ready to? You know what I mean? So, it's just, you need to use logic. You need to use logic. You see this? Okay, I'm going to show you this example here. Here. Seller's area, right? Here's a breach that happened. Went down here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, seller's area here. And since then, that was the lowest point, and we've never gone below it. Everything was just a tail. Never gone below it. So if we're saying, okay, give me a discount, and I'm going to join the overall trend down. This is a monthly chart. Okay, the idea of give me a discount, I'm going to sell it, and I need to know this information. Okay, let's say you know this information. Look at the time down here. 2014 is here. 2016 is here. So you're telling me that from 2015 to 2016, you need to know that information for you to make a trade today? No. It's just extra information. And extra information is nothing but deadly. It's only going to stop you. It's going to give you what we call brain fog. Right? That idea of I want to buy, but then something says sell, and I want to sell, but something says buy. Okay, well, I'm confused now. Let me buy 500 more courses. No. This is going to be your final course that you're ever going to buy in your life. Because we trade for a living. This is what we do. This is how we earn a living. And this is why you're here. Okay? And this is why you're having more aha moments than you've ever thought imaginable. It's all going to happen here. It's all going to happen here. So you need to be very focused and very, pay attention to what is the market trying to tell you. Do not draw lines. Do not try to make sense of the market by plotting indicators and, putting all sorts of Picasso drawings on it. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. Okay? So, okay. Oh, got deep into that one. Oh, I can feel it. Sorry about that. Okay. I want to show you something that has to do with candlesticks, okay? I want to show you something that has to do with candlesticks. So let's, without wasting any time, let's go jump into the next video.